Han Solo's signature blaster is nearly as recognizable as the lightsaber for fans of George Lucas's original trilogy. This transmission will provide a comprehensive overview of this iconic weapon, the DL-44 Heavy Blaster Pistol. We'll trace its history through the Star Wars saga, explore the reason it became Han Solo's favorite weapon, and finally, step outside the Star Wars universe to examine how a century-old real-world pistol became this kit bash prop icon. Blastech's DL-44 Heavy Blaster Pistol is a compact sidearm renowned for packing a major punch. It's known to be accurate, reliable, and highly modular, possessing sufficient firepower to penetrate the gleaming white armor worn by Imperial stormtroopers. The smuggler, Han Solo, was not the only one who favored the DL-44. Its benefits in a handheld package make it a popular choice among scoundrels, bounty hunters, rebel officers, and other heroes of the rebellion, including Luke Skywalker, who carried a DL-44 through the Battle of Hoth and takes it with him to Cloud City in an attempt to rescue his friends. The weapon is always recognizable, yet the variations presented throughout the saga are often slightly different. This visual shift reflects the DL-44's modular nature, which allows the wielder to personalize a mass-produced weapon for their own uses. Common modifications frequently seen include custom scopes, muzzle devices, cooling sleeves, grips, and power packs. Han's customized weapon is notably seen with a scope. The blaster is most effective in close to medium-range encounters. Its compact design is optimized for quick draws in tight spaces. When audiences are first introduced to Han Solo in 1977's Star Wars A New Hope, he was already carrying the DL-44. We see him famously use it to fire on Greedo before Greedo has a chance to fire at all. However, the 2018 film Solo, A Star Wars Story, provides a definitive origin for the weapon. In the film, a young Han Solo teams up with a band of thieves led by Tobias Beckett. Beckett is the one who gives Han the DL-44. Interestingly, Beckett himself also uses a powerful Blastech pistol, the RSKF-44. Beckett's character serves as a potential future for Han Solo had he chosen a different, more selfish path in life. If you're getting value or entertainment out of any of my transmissions, it would mean a lot if you would join the Remnant and subscribe. To gain more technical specifications on the DL-44, we can look at classical tabletop role-playing sourcebooks. These sources expand on the weapon's hard-hitting nature, clarifying that it is one of the hardest-hitting pistols on the market. The drawback to the small power pack delivering such a powerful payload is that the DL-44 had known issues with overheating. Consequently, the gun was intended to end a fight quickly with well-placed shots rather than engaging in prolonged back-and-forth firefights. Now we're going to take a step outside of the Star Wars universe. We find that the DL-44, like most of the weapons from the original trilogy, are based on very real pieces of hardware. The template for the blaster prop is a Mauser C96 pistol, which was produced in Germany from 1896 to 1937. Prop designers chose a real firearm for a couple of key reasons. First, it adds some authenticity. It provides a shortcut to creating a great prop with real-world heft and a tangible, tactile feel. There's also the benefit of filming effects. The C96 used in the movie was capable of firing blanks, which allowed for real muzzle flash and recoil during filming. Roger Christian was instrumental in many of the real-world to Star Wars universe modifications that contributed to George Lucas's desired lived-in universe feel. Carl Schmidt is the name credited with modifying the blank-firing C96 by adding a flash hider from the MG-81 machine gun and a 3x zoom scope manufactured by Hensoldt. Additional pieces, known as greeblies, were added in ways that allowed them to be removed so that the weapon could be returned to the rental house that it came from. This was a very common practice for most blasters in the original trilogy. A surviving hero weapon DL-44, an actual screen-used version that was wielded by Harrison Ford, was sold at Rock Island Auction in 2022. This auction provided a wealth of information about the weapon's lineage. While perfect records from 1976 are scarce, at least I couldn't find them, it appears that Bapty and Company built the weapon based on Christian's designs. As the original trilogy progresses into The Empire Strikes Back and then Return of the Jedi, the DL-44 was often recreated using replica Mausers, which accounts for minor shifts in the weapon's visual appearance. The in-universe explanation, however, is that it is regarded as the same weapon that Solo was constantly tweaking and customizing to his liking. A large part of Han's proficiency is tied to the equipment and how he wears it. His low-slung open-top rig sits forward on his thigh. It's secured with a drop strap. This holster design is specifically engineered for fast, clean draws in tight spaces, such as corridors and crowded cantinas. This design choice deliberately injects the gunslinger trope and aesthetic from classic westerns into the fantasy universe of Star Wars. The DL-44 is more than a prop. It offers insight into the character it was designed for. It's a compact sidearm that hits with surprising force, drawn from a fast-draw rig that not only mixes genres, but directly informs us of the wielder's approach. The character and the weapon are both elevated by the other, making Han Solo feel more credible because of the blaster, the way it's carried, and the way that it's used are all wrapped together in a synergistic package. Check out this transmission next for more on weapons from the Star Wars universe.